Worm, prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
If you haven't seen Boruto at all, I would say as a fan of anime, you need to at least watch episode 65. You don't have to suffer through 64 episodes of Boruto, a mediocre anime, because you deserve it. You owe it to yourself to at least watch one of the best fights in all of anime that I've ever seen. More than likely in the top 5 best fights in all of Naruto, if not one of the best. I think only Naruto versus Sasuke really beats it, because this fight is amazing. This episode was amazing. It's crazy how Boruto goes from being so mediocre, in my opinion, to having one of the best fights and one of the best episodes that I've seen in a very long time in any anime. And this fight really showcases what this series could be and what Naruto was. This fight is at least in my top 3 anime fights of this year. Actually, if I really had to think about it really quickly, it would be the second best anime fight that I've seen so far. And that brings up a really interesting question. And I've seen it going around the internet. How does this compare to what most say the best anime fight was of this year? How does it compare? And that is, me being a Dragon Ball channel, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus Jiren. How does it compare? Now, I put up a poll yesterday, and I did get some comments on there on, oh yeah, this is a Dragon Ball channel, of course the Dragon Ball fight was gonna win and blah blah blah. That is true for the most part. There were several comments like, I'm a diehard Dragon Ball fan and I will vote for Dragon Ball no matter what, or even though I like the Naruto fight better or the Boruto fight better, I'm still a Dragon Ball fan and I gotta give it to Ultra Instinct, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. There were a lot of comments like that, and you know what? First and foremost, this is always and will always be a Dragon Ball channel. Eventually, I will add extra stuff like this video, delving into different topics, normally on how they relate to Dragon Ball, because again, that is the show that I love, and that's the reason that I made this channel. But I really do like Naruto, and I wanted to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on why I think one fight outdoes the other. Because when it comes to contenders of anime fights for 2018, there are really only 3 in my opinion so far that I've seen. And I mean, I'm using just one per series, and that is number 1, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus Jiren. Number 2, Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. And number 3, All Might versus All for One. Those are really the 3 ones that I would signal out as the best. I don't really want to fill out 4 and 5 yet until I watch more fights and different animes and stuff. Huge anime fan. And so when it comes to these 2 fights and what really separates them apart, I gotta explain it to you guys in the terms that I would use on explaining just what good characterization is. And here it goes. We already know Naruto and Sasuke from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. We know what they're capable of. We've seen their relationship grow, and this fight with them made me actually believe that they were friends. This is how good this fight was, because I would say even back in Naruto, I was very skeptical on their friendship. I just felt like Naruto kind of just attached himself very thoroughly to Sasuke, like that was his thing. That was the one he wanted to save. That was why he wanted to be Hokage, him saving Sasuke. And I think a friendship blossomed through that, and I thought the ending of Naruto Shippuden was great, where they fought, and you know, throughout Boruto it was hinted that they were friends and they were allies and stuff, but it was still kind of hard to swallow, because at the end of Naruto Shippuden they were still sort of on bad terms, I guess, or on enemy terms, I guess. And then this fight really showcased that they were buddies, that they were bouncing off each other. They had fought in different matches and different fights for years, because the level of collaboration between these 2 jutsus and the hacks that they used were on a completely different level. The animation itself lended itself to how great it was. Like, the animation pushed how great their fighting skills were. Their hand-to-hand, their jutsus, everything was pristine. The villain even had some interesting moments throughout this fight that really showed him apart. Compare that to Goku versus Jiren. We get beautifully animated shots of Jiren and Goku facing off. They are using different levels of martial arts. They are using, from the Dragon Ball standpoint, their own version of jutsus, which are ki blasts, ki attacks, the whole 9 yards. And just the Ultra Instinct portion of it makes this fight unique in its own sense. And so even though Goku is facing off against Jiren and they don't really have much of a relationship with each other, it almost seems like they do at a certain level, especially when Jiren tries to attack Goku's friends. It seemed like he had fallen from grace and Goku was basically gonna punch him back into reality and show him exactly what a hero is and what a fight is supposed to be, and that you're not supposed to be a freaking crybaby whenever you start losing. So it felt like they had gained a link in that level. Here's why I think that Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki is a little bit less than Goku versus Jiren, because I do think that they are almost on the same playing field. I think the difference is the villain, Momoshiki himself. Even though Jiren is a villain, not a villain, but an antagonist that we really don't know too much about, we still have seen him throughout the entirety of the Tournament of Power. I believe the Tournament of Power is 20 plus episodes. We've seen him. We've seen his different fighting techniques, his regards to different people, how he talks to different people, how he talks to his own comrades, and so we've grown with Jiren for a little bit. We even know his backstory, his Sasuke-like backstory. We know it. And that's the main difference, because when it comes to Momoshiki, we don't know anything about him. I mean, at least I don't. I don't read the manga, and I don't know really anything from the movie because I didn't watch the movie. All I know is from the Boruto anime that I should get a freaking Nobel Peace Prize for watching the entire thing up to that point. I watched every single episode up to that point. But we really don't know anything about this guy, except for the fact that he uses performance enhancing drugs to get stronger, and then he killed one of his friends or his buddy or his lackey, whatever the case might have been on that, just to be able to go into this form that was able to, you know, try to face off against Naruto and Sasuke. And so we don't know anything about him. So when it comes to the actual fight, it almost feels like there is a level of, we know that Naruto and Sasuke are gonna win. Even though these two guys, when they're fighting throughout the whole episode, it seemed like they weren't even really trying. It seemed like they were having more fun than anything. While in retrospect, Jiren and Goku's fight, Goku was trying. Goku was at his limit. Goku was beyond his limit. The episode before that, Jiren was beating the crap out of Goku. He had just taken out Vegeta, and Goku had to have a reflective moment where he went into Ultra Instinct because of the fact that, you know, he needed to defend Universe 7. He even had a whole portion of the next episode with him trying to learn to go into the mastered version of Ultra Instinct. He was learning as he fights, just like what Vegeta said about Broly. He's learning how to go into that form. While in the Naruto and Sasuke fight, they already really know how to use their forms. They already really know how to use their jutsu. And we didn't get really any build up to this new guy's transformation. In that contrast, I would put, again, Goku versus Jiren a little bit ahead of this fight. They're very close, but I would have to throw my eggs in a basket with that one. And before anybody starts writing in the comments, oh, Dragon Ball YouTube chose Dragon Ball, you know, big whoop. It is what it is. Suck it up or go home. I like this fight better, slightly. If there were some tweaks with us knowing Momoshiki a little bit more, that would be my main thing. If we knew Momoshiki, if we had seen him throughout the series, if he didn't just come out of nowhere and then get easily defeated, essentially, in one episode, then that would have really changed it, and that would have pushed me to be like, okay, Boruto gets it. Sorry, Dragon Ball fans. But no, that wasn't the case. In Jiren, we knew he was a badass throughout the entire thing. He defeated Omen. He defeated so many different characters. He was a threat to be reckoned with. And then yeah, he got defeated, and it felt satisfying. With this guy, it didn't really feel too satisfying. I mean, his biggest accomplishment is we thought that he killed Naruto, and he didn't. So, I don't know. That's just my take on it. If I brought it down to just Naruto and Sasuke as two characters facing off against the villain, like if I put those two on their own separate, basically putting them in as one character, and then putting them against Goku, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, and how the fight with these two sort of main characters went, I would put Sasuke and Naruto on top, because just the level of coordination with their jutsus and just the visual style of their jutsus, I feel like it's a harder thing to pull off with two different characters fighting as one, showing the intricate parts of their fighting techniques and their jutsus and their hacks. While with Goku, they only had to really focus on one character, and the real only difficulty that they had in that fight with just focusing on him is how to make Mastered Ultra Instinct better or cooler or different than Omen and every other transformation, and showcasing how that beats Jiren. Anyway guys, I wanted to make this video because I do want to start expanding in other animes and other things as they relate to Dragon Ball. This is really one of the first videos that I'm really focusing on that. So I know I'm going to get some Naruto fans and Boruto fans in here, and I want to tell you guys that I'm a huge Naruto fan. Boruto not so much, because I don't think that it really holds up. I think it's real mediocre. Shippuden was pretty good, but the original Naruto, that's where I started. I watched that shit in Toonami when I was young, and I'm a huge Naruto fan. I used to be a Narutard back in middle school. So yeah, I'm not just all Dragon Ball, even though this is a Dragon Ball channel. I like other things too. So guys, I do want to hear your thoughts. Which was the better fight? Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, or Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus Jiren? Let me know in the comment section below. We'll duke it out. We'll debate down there civilly, hopefully. And let me know what your favorite anime fight was this year so far in 2018. I'm really curious, actually. This is Blackscape, signing off.